Go outside your comfort zone. Try new things. Ask questions. That's really all I have to say for today. Cause I see a lot of people. Um, some people are sometimes always stuck, and they're stuck in doing the same old thing. Um, Living the same old life, doing the same things, and they're just like, oh man, is life really worth living? They're really nihilistic. Well, one way you can do that is going outside your comfort zone, trying new things, asking questions, because it helps you be a little bit more open-minded when you do that. You know, try new things, go outside your comfort zone, ask questions if you got to. You know, if you've always wanted to skydive, hey, do some research, figure out how to do it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go and date somebody of a different race, go do that. Try to figure out what that's about. Go learn the culture so you can be more better, knowledgeable, acquainted. Then go where people of that race hang out and try. Like, trying new things is a very good, it's a very good thing to do. And my thing is, to me, it also shows that you're a little bit more open-minded as a person to try new things. It is okay to try stuff and be afraid to try new things. I remember for the longest time back in high school, before high school, I used to be afraid of roller coasters for the longest time when I was a kid. I remember when I went to Disney World when I was like 10 years old, and every time my cousin and my dad and everybody would get on roller coasters, I just had to sit out because I was just too afraid of heights. And then eventually in high school, I kind of got tricked, but I basically decided to try Space Mountain when I went to King's Dominion. Now, the thing about me is I didn't like roller coasters that went upside down. And so they were like, oh yeah, this roller coaster doesn't go upside down. They lied, but they were like, come be in Space Mountain. So I said, all right, normally I wouldn't try going on a roller coaster. I was like, okay, I'll just try just because, it's new. I was in a youth group with a bunch of different people. It was two churches combined together. And so I tried something new. And Space Mountain was a roller coaster and it did go upside down. But because I tried something new, I ended up getting over my fear of roller coasters. And I remember later on, I went on a ride. I think they call it the drop tower. And basically you're in this giant, it's one of those things where you're like in a giant tower and then you sit in the seat and then it raises you way high up in the air and then it drops you. Like, that also helped me get over my fear. I would never have tried that before, but because I just got off the high of going on a roller coaster, I was able to do that. And that really helped me get over my fear of heights with everything, because I wanted to try something new. I know one thing I really appreciated my ex for was the fact that she would always get me out the house to try and I tried a bunch of new stuff with her. I remember one of our first date, or the first day we went to, we just met up in Starbucks in the mall, and we used to walk by this it was because I live near the Potomac River. It's a river in Virginia, and it's like the development, and we used to walk along the riverside all the time. And that was something new, like for date, we could call them like walking dates. We just meet up and walk. And she would always get me outside the house, outside my comfort zone, because I'm an introvert, and most of the time I'm like, I want to be inside. But she didn't really like doing the traditional stuff, but she liked going outside and doing stuff. So a lot of times we would walk around the river area, the riverbank, hang out. Because she was vegan, I would always when I take her out on dates, certain restaurants, I always make sure the place was vegan friendly, trying something new. Because I remember before, and I was like, saying if I have to get with somebody and they're vegan, I'm just going to not date them and break up. But being with her made me a lot more food conscious, health conscious, to be like, okay, does this place have vegan options? I'm always looking at this place has vegan options, this place. So I was able to try and find new restaurants, and sometimes old restaurants I didn't even know had vegan options. So that was really cool. Trying something new. I remember I went to her church that she was going to. I was still going to my church at the time because this is before my church broke up. But I went to her church and just going to her church. Well, I was like, oh, this is new. And I really enjoyed it. And I started going to her church, just being outside, just getting me out of my comfort zone was great. And I remember when she went with her mom and her best friend on, like, they took like a mini vacation. I had watched her cats for her. I don't really particularly care for cats. I really didn't have a good experience when it came to cats growing up. But then taking care of her cats, I was like, oh, cats ain't that bad, you know. Cats is pretty cool. Like, I still prefer dogs. I'm still a dog person, but cats ain't as bad as people say. It's just the cats that I had experience with before, I guess because the owners, they was bad. So like I said, one thing I'm really grateful for her is she would have me get outside my comfort zone and try new things, and like I wouldn't just stay in the house all day, you know. So you definitely should do that, and then also ask questions about stuff. I know we live in a cancel culture society where sometimes people try to cancel you for asking questions, but I'm like, listen, you ain't gonna learn and do stuff if you don't ask questions and try new things, bruh. Like, you gotta ask questions because it's important. It's important to do. So when you're trying to new stuff, you know, if you want to, I don't know, build a computer, try something new, build a computer. If you want to go, I don't know, hiking, biking, or on an outdoor adventure, that's something new. You're like, oh man, I've always wanted to try it. Go ahead and do it. You know, if you can, go ahead and do it. But yeah, don't be afraid to go outside your comfort zone, try new things, ask questions, because it's important. And I feel like for me, definitely even in college, when and sometimes you learn a lot about yourself trying new things, but like for me in college, like I learned I didn't like partying. Granted, it probably was because I had a bad experience, but still, like I remember going with a bunch of different people and we went partying. And I was like, I don't really want to do that, but I'm gonna try because it's new, it's a bunch of people. And I remember we was out for like 2 hours in the cold trying to look for a party. We finally got to a party. We was in there for literally a minute. It was crowded, it was hot and sweaty, and then we literally all got kicked out. And some dude took like the cigarette butt, and like tapped his the cigarette ashes like on my jacket. And I was like, yeah, I'm not down with this. Partying, not for me. And that's how I found out. I was like, yeah, nah, I'm good with partying. Like, because I remember they tried to invite me back like the next week. And I was like, nah, I'm good. And so because I started trying something new, I learned, nah, this is not for me. So you will learn, you know, when you try new stuff, oh, I like this thing. Or, oh, maybe I don't like this thing. Maybe I don't like doing that. You know, you can get a whole new hobby, a whole new thing. Like I said, for me doing YouTube, I've been technically doing YouTube for 4 years, and I was just like, let me try playing Terraria and talking about stuff. And like I said, people are getting they're looking at my videos, are like, oh man, this is really good, and I really feel like I'm getting some enjoyment out of it because I tried to do something new when it came to the YouTube formula compared to what I normally do. So like I said, trying new things can definitely have its benefits. And like I said, asking questions so you can understand, because sometimes asking questions will it get you the answers you need when you're open to trying new stuff. So that's really about it. I don't really have too many else to say other than, like I said, go outside your comfort zone, try new stuff. All right, peace out, bye.